So, good morning, sir. I am Jericho Lagria from BSMD3 Antares. So, the number one, explain the two types of electronic chart that an ECDIS can display. There are two types of electronic chart that an ECDIS can display: raster navigational chart and electronic navigational chart, otherwise known as a vector chart. These charts are available via the Admiralty Raster Chart, an Admiralty Vector Chart Service, or another electronic chart service provider. So we have here the RNC, Raster Navigational Chart. An RNC is a digital image, originally scanned from paper charts into electronic format, geographic references and added to the electronic chart, allowing to refresh in real time, allowing mariners to identify and analyze the chart data. Raster chart integrate with the global positioning coordinate using chart display system or RDCDS. Raster chart have a similar presentation and style of use traditional paper nautical chart and may be preferable to mariners who use paper nautical chart. Free weekly notice to maritime NTM update are available to ensure chart information is accurate and reliable for mariners. Raster navigational chart are safe and reliable primary navigation alternative under certain condition and subject to individual port and flag state approval. For example, where electronic navigational chart don't yet exist, CM or resolution in MSC 86 to 70. It is approved that RNC conform to the International Hydrographic Organization product specification to XS61 and large-scale raster chart and can help identify important information such as dredge, depth, and berth name that can be hard to find sometimes in ANC. So we have next is the electronic chart display and information system. ECDES is a development in the navigational chart system used in naval vessels and ships with the use of the electronic chart system, and it has become easier for a ship navigating crew to pinpoint location and attain direction. ECDIS complied with the IMO regulation V19 and V27 of SOLAS Convention as amended by displaying selected information from a system electronic navigational chart SANC. So this equipment complying with SOLAS requirement can be used to alternative to a paper chart, and beside of that, enhancing the navigational safety, and it is greatly assess the navigator's workload with automatic capabilities such as route planning, route monitoring, automatic ETA computation, and ANC updating. In addition, ICDIS are provide many other sophisticated navigation and safety features, including continuous data recording for later analysis. So let's move to number 2. Explain the advantages and disadvantages of this electronic chart that an these two electronic charts that an ECDIS can display. So ECDIS can display. So the advantages of raster charts are as follows. So they are exact copies of the paper chart with the same reliability and integrity and user familiarity since they use the symbol system and colors as paper chart, and wide availability of official raster chart. ARC's charts, for example, have near worldwide coverage, and the user cannot inadvertently omit any navigational information from the display, and cost of production in less than their vector counterpart. By using vector overlay together with the appropriate software, raster chart can be used for all standard navigational tasks normally undertaken using paper chart, and they can also some of the function electronic display and information system. So the disadvantages of raster chart this user cannot customize the display. When using vector overlays, the display may appear cluttered, and they cannot be integrated without an additional database with a common reference system, and they cannot directly provide indication or alarm to indicate a warning to the user. So unless the data is the same, more memory is required to store data compared to the vector chart. So the biggest single advantage of the electronic chart over the paper system to the professional navigator is the ease of the correction. Both raster and vector allows the automatic electronic correction of the chart on board with no real work in the part of the navigator. This means that the corrections are inserted exactly intended by the marine cartographer. The potential labor reduction of a ship is a worldwide portfolio. 2,000 to 3,000 charts are also significant, and it is estimated that there are 10,000 to 15,000 manual corrections which need to be made by the navigator in typical year of the worldwide paper portfolio of this size. The electronic correction also lend themselves to the transmission so that correction can be passed immediately to the ship even while at sea. This is the vast improvement of the traditional paper-based system, where correction often took months to reach ship by post. Although paper chart small correction can now be transmitted electronically and printed out on board. The electronic system are also the electronic transmission of whole new chart. This could be either because of the unexpected passage changes at sea or the issue of the new chart edition, when it would be usually be practical to get the chart to the ship of this at the sea in a paper based system. So the disadvantage of electronic chart display and practical to get the chart to the ship at sea in the information system of realized a vessel could have switched off it EIS and hence might not be displayed at the ECDIS. If the radar overlay is not turned off, the vessel will just not be seen in the ECDIS display. That would be all. Thank you.